Hello, everyone. Just look at this rusty entity. It's hard to believe this was once a luxurious orange juicer. First, I'll use a scraper to chip away the crust of rust and hardened mud. As you can see, the dust is flying everywhere. This machine must have been tucked away for decades. I have to be gentle so as not to score the base metal beneath this heavy oxidation. These joints are virtually welded shut by time. I'm injecting a bespoke ATF oil mixture into every crevice. To help the oil penetrate deeper, I'll apply heat with a blowtorch to expand the metal, followed by a potent de-rusting spray. Can you hear that sizzling sound? It's the chemicals battling the rust to liberate the seized components. Now it's time to delve into the internal structure. I shall begin by loosening the positioning screws with a spanner. As you can observe, the corrosion is so severe that the threads are almost welded together. I have to apply considerable torque with my wrist, moving it millimeter by millimeter to ensure I don't snap these precious vintage bolts. Next up are the handle and the main shaft, the very soul of the pressing mechanism. Since these parts have been seized solid for decades, I require the assistance of a mallet. Each gentle yet firm tap on the end of the shaft helps to break the internal rust bonds. One must be incredibly patient at this stage. A single slip that deforms the shaft would mean the machine never operates smoothly again. Once the main shaft is loosened, I proceed to dismantle the pressing tray and the strainer. As these parts come into direct contact with the fruit, stripping them down for a deep clean is absolutely paramount. I'm using a screwdriver to gently lever the aged joints. You see that thick layer of grime and oxidation built up underneath? It's truly hard to believe this machine was left in such a dismal state for so long. Finally, I am separating the main body from the cast iron base. Those last few stubborn bolts have finally been conquered. Now, the antique juicer has been completely dissected into individual pieces. Looking at this pile of rusty components, it might seem like a total mess, but to me, they are perfect puzzle pieces waiting to be reborn. We've officially finished the most arduous part of the dismantling process. For a deep clean, I'm employing electrolysis. All components are submerged in an electrolyte bath. As the current flows, you can see vigorous bubbling. The rust is being miraculously lifted off the metal surface. This is the finest way to preserve the original thickness of the iron without excessive abrasion. After the electrolytic bath, I'm using a grinder with a brass wire brush for coarse polishing. The old red paint and stubborn rust are vanishing, revealing the metal's primal silver-gray hue. Just look at that shine. It's incredibly satisfying to see an antique reclaiming its true form under one's own hands. Never overlook the small threaded holes. I'm using cotton buds and a micro rotary tool to clean every internal nook and cranny. Even a tiny bit of grit left behind would make reassembly a nightmare. Meticulous attention to the smallest detail is what defines the soul of a perfect restoration. Wouldn't you agree? The metal surface is clean now, but still a bit rough. I'm proceeding with wet sanding to smooth it out. Notice how I move my hand in circular motions. This ensures an even, flat surface and creates the ideal key for the primer. Now, the machine is as smooth as new, ready for a completely different look. We've reached the most exciting part, giving it a new coat. First, a white primer for protection and a base layer. Then, I've chosen this refreshing, vibrant green. This color doesn't just evoke a vintage vibe, it symbolizes the freshness of fruit juice. Do you think this green suits the machine? The pressing cup and strainer are treated with manual priority.